Hi everybody, it's Matt Anderson from The Road Not Taken, and this week's video for 3 things I did outside my comfort zone. So the first thing was I had a rough weekend, some rowdiness at home that was difficult and challenging, and so Monday morning I was definitely feeling off kilter. That wasn't the only reason, but I was feeling off kilter and didn't know why, and what was uncomfortable for me was needing to just sit down and write about it, to put it in my diary, to journal about it, and to sort of start to think through on paper some of the things that were bothering me. And it really is really incredibly helpful sometimes, because sometimes we don't know what it is, or we can't put our finger on it until we actually stop and think. And sometimes it isn't more complicated than that. And that's what I needed to do, and to sort of reflect a little bit about what I really wanted and some of my old default modes, but also accept that I wasn't taking enough ownership in certain areas was really important for me. Second thing that was very confronting for me was an opportunity to be coached by somebody else. I should say a second person, actually, in an area that I know is an Achilles heel for me. And it was great because I initially turned him down, and then he wrote this email that was very confronting for me. And initially I was annoyed and I didn't even read it all, but I knew he was right. He hit all the right nerves, and so the following day I replied, and we started working together right away. And I'm really glad I made that decision. And so it's funny, there's no question that at times we need somebody else to believe in us, to prod us, maybe more than prod us, to push us, to just get going. One of the things he said was, if you're not going to do it now, when? Time is ticking and you have big dreams, but your actions are not aligned to get the results. And of course, initially I disagreed, but he was right. Third thing on my list was talking to a different coach about what I'm passionate about, which sounds so crazy, when we assume we think about this sort of thing all the time, and I think I, on many levels, do, but to be able to actually to talk about it as a sort of a specific subject, felt awkward, which was, seems ridiculous, but it does raise that topic of how often are you talking about what you're really talking about, what you're really passionate about to others. And being able to express that effectively, that's definitely not an easy thing to do for most people, and it was uncomfortable. And obviously, that's the whole point of this video. Well, actually, the whole point of this video is, one, for me to be accountable to actually be doing certain things that are uncomfortable. That's for me the big piece. But really, it's of no service to anyone else unless I'm and for me to do this, to encourage other people to do the same, to encourage you to be thinking much more honestly about this, because if we're not doing things that are uncomfortable, we're not growing. We are simply cruising and, frankly, more likely stuck in the actual discomforts of the comfort zone. So good luck to you on that one. I'll talk to you in a week.